Hello everyone, we are back and here to react to RWBY Vol.7 Episode 2. Last episode gave us quite a shock, gave us quite a surprise, and it was nice. But now we're on to the next part, which is we are in jail. What do you think is going to happen in this episode?
Well, most likely going to go to the military, like, you know,
police force and all that sort of thing.
I don't know if we're going to reach Ironwood this quickly. It'd be kind of interesting if we did.
I think we're going to see Ironwood. Like, I think we're just going
to
get that.
We'll meet Winter, though?
Maybe. She is prominent in this series, so I just don't know if we'll meet her. We might meet her in this episode. Like, she might be the one who finds them and's like, okay, bring them to Ironwood, and then they get brought to Ironwood.
Winter, don't bring them to Ironwood. In chains.
Do you think we're going to get the new outfits in this episode? Or do you think that's episode 3?
If we do get him in this episode, I have a feeling there's one of two times we're going to get him. Very beginning, as they're going through the whole police thing, or very end. I don't think we're going to get him this episode.
Who's going to give them outfits during police, especially like combat outfits?
Oh, they're gonna take John. They're gonna be like, we need a better shot of him. Your hair is just a problem. So,
yeah, I'm curious. Like, I think there's just gonna be a spa day. Like, it's sort of like, okay, everyone, get your gear, get ready, and then everybody just goes, I want a haircut. Like Blake and John go to get haircuts. So yeah, excited to see how that is, and can't wait to see what this episode throws us. So, without further ado, let's begin. Okay, now to jail. Nora.
No, it's not pancakes anymore. Or maple syrup.
Oscar.
I have a record now.
I'm 14 years old and
Where do you think they're taking us?
I'm gonna go with jail. I still can't believe that fishing pole guy took us out like it was nothing.
Welcome to Atlas. Those were Ironwood's ace operatives.
Okay, so this guy
had a run-in with the ace ops. Ironwood must really have a bone to pick with you.
You're not that big of a deal.
Not that big of a deal? The ace ops are the elite of elite military huntsmen. And Ironwood's personal attack dogs.
So they got you too, huh?
I wouldn't let myself get caught by them. I'm here because I've been speaking out against Atlas's exploitation of Mantle, and General Ironwood is trying to silence me. You threw a brick at her ship. It's worth it if it gets people talking about our cause.
Who forces you?
Cause?
Yes, the fight for better conditions in Mantle, led by the charismatic, talented, lovely Robin Hill and her happy huntresses. They were all top Atlas Academy graduates who could have signed up for the military, but Robin and the Huntresses chose to stay in Mantle. She's gunning for a seat on the Kingdom's Council, and when she gets it, she's going to put an end to Ironwood's tyranny! Happy Huntresses.
Is that their real name? Don't you think tyranny's a little dramatic?
Happy Hunters? Oh.
Easy to say for a schnee heiress living comfortably up in Atlas.
Not anymore.
Alright, time to see this kingdom. Jeez. Nora.
Just up here. Don't like that for you.
Yep. This is the pretty part.
This isn't the police station.
Oh. The academy. That's the academy. Alright, that's beautiful.
So they're just gonna leave that guy? Or
yeah, I guess they're just gonna leave that guy. I feel like, I wonder if that guy's ever gonna come back. Gosh. Again, horrible place, but it looks gorgeous.
I Yes, we will be seeing the general.
Yeah.
For better or worse.
Oh, we still don't have the lamp.
Yeah, we don't.
So, what do?
I don't know yet. But we should be careful with what we say. We'll follow your lead, Ruby.
Oh my. Oh, look at it.
Honestly, I prefer Beacon.
Oh yeah,
over
Beacon's a
here.
nice place.
It's nice, but it's kind of
This looks very.
cold.
Penny!
Hey, you're here!
Winter!
Winter. Anyone want to give us a hand with these? You have 10 seconds to take those off before I start hurting you.
Such wit, such tenacity.
Please, come in.
All right.
It is so good to see all of you.
Our reception didn't really convey that.
I sincerely regret how you were treated by my team. When a rogue airship entered our airspace, it raised some red flags. We assumed the ship was stolen.
Stolen?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. It was stolen. You stole an Atlas airship? What were you thinking? You might have been shot down. How unbelievably irresponsible. I'm sorry I worried you. But we did what we had to do. I suppose I understand.
Oh.
But I cannot believe that you allowed this to happen, Crow.
You try stopping these kids when they have their minds set on something.
Oh.
Speaking of which, we have some important information for you that's confidential.
Oh, is it about the relics? Or perhaps the Winter Maiden?
What?
You've been
informed?
Told them?
Oh, he just told them.
Did you really think you were the only one who got to work on the new plan after Beacon? With Ozpin gone, I needed my own team of people I could trust.
Speaking of Ozpin.
I told them. The Aesop's too.
Oh.
Which is why I'm so glad you're here. With this. Until now, I believed it was impossible to truly turn the tide against Satan. Oz has pushed her back, has kept victory out of her claws, but she will...
Oz kind of needs you right now.
Stronger. Unless we destroy her.
Oz!
What about the Atlas relic?
Yeah.
You mean the staff of creation?
It's safe inside the vault.
And the Winter Maiden?
She is secure and in stable condition.
Oh.
Stable condition? What does
She's,
that...
not exactly a spring chicken.
Oh my
I
gosh,
know
could
how
she
this
be?
all looks. Recalling my military, the embargo, I probably don't seem the most trustworthy right now.
Then why continue it? The people of Mantle are hurting.
I needed to ensure Salem couldn't infiltrate Atlas, and I wanted my military here, protecting my people.
But it's not protecting them. It's making everyone hate you.
And it's kind of causing disorder.
It's a price I'm willing to pay. Just as you all have been entrusted with the knowledge of Salem's existence, I need you all to trust me. I have a plan. Ozpin believed the best way to fight Salem was to do so in secret. Whether that was the right choice or not isn't for me to say. But we find ourselves in a position of needing, well, a new approach.
And what do you suggest?
The arena?
That's
mobile battle station.
Omni Coliseum, where the Vital Festival is held?
Indeed. When Beacon fell and everyone on Remnant lost contact with one another, I knew our current system was outdated. Amity was built to bring the nations together.
Wait.
And it will serve that purpose once again.
Wait.
He's outfitting it.
A mobile tower?
Isn't it great?
Didn't see that.
We're not going to just replace Beacon Tower. Building a new tower on top of Amity Coliseum will reestablish global
The CCT will be
By
mobile.
launching the tower high into the atmosphere, our scientists believe we can create a sort of satellite out of reach of the grim and capable of maintaining global
That's
even if we were to lose another tower.
that's actually kind of clever.
That is great.
James, you don't need the entire military for this.
I will for the next part.
Getting it
Where I
in.
finally tell the people about Salem.
Oh boy.
Global panic.
Oz.
So that's why you withdrew your troops. To handle the panic that will break out in Atlas.
Yes, panic is inevitable, and panic brings grim. But I believe we are ready. Once Atlas has
what
come to
about
grips with the
everyone
fight ahead, I'll use Amity Tower to spread the message to all the remnants.
But everything will fall apart.
That's
Grim will be everywhere. You're right. But Atlas is willing and prepared to assist.
Trying to hide the truth from the world will eventually kill us all.
I can't. You got a good heart, Ironwood.
Spent his whole life, many lives,
Yeah.
keeping this secret.
I know. But since Beacon, things have changed. Without him here to guide us, all I can do is use my best judgment.
Are you gonna do it? Are we gonna do it?
Actually,
Yep.
Oz isn't completely gone. Oscar here is the next Osborn.
Oz? I'm so glad you're here. I
It's-
didn't think you...
Not quite. He's kind of
Back seat.
gone at the moment.
That's not normal. How did he...
We don't know. We were in a train crash, and ever since, well, suddenly Oz wasn't there anymore.
She's not telling them about Salem.
Well, I mean, she's not telling about the relic and
Yet.
what happened.
Did you learn anything from him about the relics before?
He told us the lamp can answer 3 questions. But all the questions were used up already.
She's not
Oh.
lying about that. He did tell them that, but he
Oh.
Right.
See? See,
Oscar
there's.
told us that too. Once upon a time. At least we have you, Oscar. You're safe here in Atlas. Maybe together we can figure out how to bring Osmond back.
Thank you, sir. I mean,
General.
Ironwood?
James? Does he know how to activate it? I think he does.
I don't think so.
You're giving it back to me?
After what happened with the ASOPs, I don't want you to think I'm keeping anything from you. Especially something as important as this. For the time being, I think it's safest with the people who brought it here.
Yeah,
Thank you.
sure, but
We must work together if we're to fight Salem and win. Now, if you're all on board,
I don't know.
Tell us how we can help.
Oh,
Good.
You need haircut. You need
because getting the
outfits.
Amity Tower ready to launch won't be easy.
I
But first, I think we need to get those weapons of yours up to our standards.
Remember, this is Atlas.
Upgrade
While assisting
time.
The military, we will provide you with the best equipment our scientists can devise.
I can't believe they know.
So that was the second time I got banned. Then there was the third time when...
Oh, these boys and girls.
I'd like to sincerely apologize for the miscommunication down in Mantle. We didn't
I feel
intend...
so bad, honestly. If we had known who we were, we'd be laughing over a hot meal right now. And I understand you were just following orders. Could have asked
All
us some
50 of you.
questions first.
Good lord.
Questions are for the weak. But we're all on the same team now. Not that I'm happy about it.
Oh.
We just wanted to say we're sorry. And that we're looking forward to working with you
Alright,
on
so-
our next mission. You might be students, but you've been fighting just as hard as we have. if not harder.
Exactly why I'm looking forward to seeing what you kids can do.
Not everything's a competition, Hair.
Come on, let me show you around campus.
Oh! Oh my gosh!
Bro,
Yeah?
I meant it when I said it was good to see you again.
Yeah. You too.
Aw.
He is tired.
He's the crow Ironwood shipper.
So that way's the cafeteria, and that way's the training rooms. Oh, and over there are the classrooms.
Yay.
This all looks great, honey. But where are we staying? Remember, you're in Atlas now. As the most well-funded school on Remnant, every teen at Atlas Academy gets their own room. And if that wasn't enough,
So we're staying in the dorms?
it'll be just like Beacon again.
Alright. Oh, okay. Robin? Is this Robin's story? Oh, is that... That looks like who I think it is. Yep. I like the coat.
For the last time, a singular hideout makes us more susceptible to discovery.
What have we seen? What have we recognized?
We stay mobile.
What's walking around a city with 1,000 eyes?
Our cybersecurity has been stepped up in Atlas. As usual, none of the code was updated in Nightfall.
Oh, is he watchdogging this?
I was about to say.
It should be. I helped write
Yep.
that code after all.
Dang.
Well, I suppose we all have our talents.
Okay. Okay, so that was the second episode, and that was a lot. They filled in a lot with, like, they filled a lot of exposition. They filled a lot of details. They're telling us what the future holds. So let's.
Why Ironwood must be stopped.
Well, here
To a degree.
Okay.
I like the idea of the
Okay.
tower.
So first things first. Ironwood tells Winter and Penny, and he's playing, and he told the Aesops. The question is, how much did he tell, and how much does Ironwood know? I don't think Ironwood knows how to activate Jin.
No, because
If he did, he probably would have done that
I
already.
think that's like an Ozpin keeping a secret from everyone until it was revealed, until it was forced out,
Yeah.
basically.
And then there's the point where RWBY lies, kind of. Like, she does the same thing where she
Tells a truth.
she misdirects Ironwood away from the questions, sort of thing, which is what Ozpin tried to do. And I kind of like that because it's nice to show that there's a reason. Like, the
It
characters,
also does prove that he doesn't know because Ozpin told him the same lie he told
yeah,
RWBY team.
which, well, yeah, true. But we don't know when that, like, for all we know, maybe when Ironwood joined, the questions hadn't reset yet, sort of thing. Or maybe because,
Was it a century, they said?
well, we have to think about the Great War. The Great War was like 80 years ago. And then after that was the schools and the vaults and everything. So that's like maybe 10 years. Unless we use the Relic of Creation, that just makes everything in like a snap.
I don't know. I don't think they're using the relics currently.
Okay, so I want to say something. They talked about the Winter Maiden, so they have her. They have her stable, they have her ready.
And stable is...
She's no spring
spoken of.
chicken.
So is she an older maiden?
She's older, yeah. I'm not saying like old, but she's older.
Are you thinking it's Weiss's
I'm
mother?
thinking it's Mama Schnee.
What if it's Grandmama Schnee, it turns out? Because...
We don't know about Grandmama Schnee, but I'm thinking it's Mama Schnee because, well, one, I've always wanted it to be Mama Schnee, because I just think that would be, like, I think that the maidens, like, the part of the inheritance of the Schnee Manor, and why, maybe not why Jacques entirely, but why
they're prominent.
Why Jacques wants to keep his daughters rather than his son. Like, he likes his son, he grooms his son, but he's not focused, like, he's always upset that he loses his daughters, too. So I think, because the maidens have to go to a woman, they have to keep,
so
like,
you
lady...
think Jacques, to a degree, knows about the maidens?
I think he knows, well, if he's married to, if Mama Schnee is a maiden, he has to have known that she is, what her powers are, and where they, maybe not where they come from, but why she's different, sort of thing. Like, so I think it's part of the Schnee legacy, and maybe why the hereditary semblance is because it's the magic of the Schnee family is, I don't want to say, not the word infected, but, you know, it passed on and mutated the semblance, because it's actual true magic versus the semblance magic, which kind of combined and made it, you know, hereditary. I think that's what happened. That's all my theory about Mama Schnee. But the other thing I think, to latch onto why I think it's Mama Schnee too, is they said she's not stable. And if she's very drunk most of the time, it kind of explains that. Like,
emotionally, mentally unstable.
Like, they said she's not, yeah.
She's stable right now. We've got her in the liquor store.
So, yeah,
she's
like, which...
Stable.
Yeah, I'm really curious about that. Like, now, I could be completely wrong. It's probably might be some other maiden character, but I really hope it's Mama Schnee, because it's just... On the one hand, it'd be funny, it's like, maybe, like, they get Mama Schnee back on her feet. They get Mama Schnee from, you know, not get her out
at the end of the
out of her alcohol problems, and she just, Mama Schnee kicks Jacques' ass. Like, she just knocks Jacques out with her power.
How do you think it might be if it turns out, like, one of two things, in which near the end it is Mama Schnee and she gets killed, and the power passes to either Winter or Weiss, and they're now part of the group as the maiden.
I honestly think that might happen too. I feel like, you see, here's the two choices. Because I feel like, yeah, Mama Schnee, like, I would think it would be awesome if Mama Schnee just came back and became a badass Winter Maiden. But I mostly think she probably will die. Her powers, now, I'm kind of thinking we've gotten too many losses for the villain, so I think maybe this time Cinder does get maiden powers.
Again.
So, no, officially, like, she finally... Like, instead of... She missed on Raven Vernal, but she gets the Winter Maiden powers this time. Like, she doesn't lose.
Oh, okay.
She gets the Winter Maiden powers, she takes down Atlas, she steals both relics, the Jinn and the Creation Relic, and maybe kidnaps RWBY. All of that is what I think is going to happen in this arc. And then we go back to Salem, and, like, Cinder's just like... Is this enough? Is this ever, like, I did, like, will you bring, like, is my honor restored?
Honor!
So and honestly, like, as much as I hate Cinder, if she did all of that, if Cinder managed to do all that, I would say Cinder earned her place back. Like,
and then Salem's like, no, you can never earn your place back, and walks away. And then Cinder's arc to goodness begins.
No. So... Yeah, so that's my whole Winter Maiden side of the theory. They have the Relic of Creation. They know about it. I don't know if they've ever used it. Like, it's been it's just like, hey,
we got this thing.
Maiden, can you get this thing out? Okay, we're gonna use it to fix something or make something or
maybe
whatever.
It was used in Atlas's earlier days.
I had a theory that maybe like Penny wasn't entirely rebuilt; she was recreated. Like, maybe they used the relic because her soul and her soul, like, there was a whole thing is like, can she come back because of her soul? Like, or is it Penny 2.0, you know, just an entirely new character? But we got original Penny back. But I wonder if that, like, it wasn't as simple as just rebuilding her. Like, I wonder if there was actually some magic involved. Or Penny, like, there's some magic involved in actually Penny's initial creation in the first place. So yeah, I don't know. entirely.
A maiden fairy godmother with the relic.
That's a. I almost see it. While it does look like a spear or a scepter, they did say spear, right? I think Ironwood just said it.
Probably.
But that creation relic, that's in.
I mean, if you have a very pointy staff, you could just stab
It
someone
does
with
almost look like a paintbrush or a wand. Like it looks like it could be used like that or a staff. So,
I'm thinking Super Mario Sunshine right now with
the Bowser kid,
yeah,
the Shadow Mario. Anyway, well, I mean that's what I was thinking. Is like it's a paintbrush. You create things. So that's what so I don't know if that's what Ironwood's doing. Now, so Ironwood told Penny, and
he's just off telling people.
Like
you just can't keep
I
a secret.
I'm
can't
kind of
tell him your mom's spaghetti recipe. He'll tell.
I'm shocked. Ozpin didn't just like what was.
I think Ozpin at this point is like, I'll just wait until the entire humanity is recreated, and I'll come back then and try something.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm shocked Ozpin didn't make an appearance, like at all, or at least tell Oscar to say these words or something. It's also, but yeah, a lot of us thought Ironwood was not going to be stable, and he's definitely.
You could argue that he isn't stable.
He's not. He's definitely kind of worse for wear.
He has like.
But
But
he's certainly.
He's focused.
He's focused, and he's.
But not inherently.
He knows
stable.
what he has a plan. He's not just, you know. As much as I hate what's happening with Atlas and Ironwood's, being very militaristic and so he does have ideas that would work, that will work, should they go right, should they all go work out. But most certainly, I don't think it's going to work. That everything's going to go wrong again, and that's.
Atlas will.
It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that it's going to go wrong. Like, I believe that. Or, crazy enough, maybe it does work. Maybe they do get the satellite into space and Salem can't stop it, but they still lose Atlas. Like, everyone, the CCT towers come back up again. Everybody's like, hey, what's on TV? Atlas is falling!
Here's one thing I thought. It's like, Atlas will assist anyone who can get into contact with them and say, hey, we need assistance, and they're like, cool, we'll send it there. But they can also be like, yeah, we can't send assistance to your little farm that's being overrun by Grimm because we made you panic. Sorry, we did this, but
yeah. Oh gosh, that actually, like what I just said, like that actually would just create another wave of panic across the world again.
Like, Salem's like sitting there sipping tea, like I don't have to do anything. They got this done for me. I should have brought them on board.
Yeah, like
all Cinderstone has gotten frozen and chucked down a cavern. Ironwood's like gonna destroy the world for me.
Yeah. So, yeah, Ironwood knows about Salem. Ironwood knows about the relics. Like, he knows all about that, of course, obviously.
He's informed.
But it's one of those things like how detailed. I don't believe he knows the full story about. Because he obviously doesn't know the full story about
Salem and Ozpin.
Salem can't be killed. He probably does not. Yeah, if Crow didn't know that, Ironwood doesn't know that.
I like how Ironwood's like, we will kill Salem. And we're all just sitting here like,
see,
yes, but actually, no.
And so, yeah. Winter knows. Winter knows about the maidens. Winter knows about, like, because clearly she didn't know back in Volume 3 because they exited her out of the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
But now she knows. And, see, it's not Winter knowing that it's
would
kind
it be interesting if it turns out she did know, but Ironwood keeping it secret that he told her was like, leave. And that's why she's so upset. It's like, I want to be a part of this too. I want to be a part of the fan club.
Maybe, but
the Salem
okay,
fan
so
club.
Winter knowing is alright for me. I think I can kind of understand. Winter is okay. Penny knowing actually kind of scares me. Because we have the theory that maybe Penny can be hacked. And of course, if Penny can be hacked, she can talk. She can just straight up.
And she can also be turned, like Ironwood could have a backdoor code to turn her into a weapon against Team RWBY if they don't comply.
Yeah, there's just a lot of, like, Penny Penny being back is great, but there's a lot of possibilities where this is going to backfire. Especially just telling her. Like, just her having this information is scary. But yeah, Ironwood's plan to basically bring back the CC Tower, bring back communication, bring back, unity, in a sense, is great. The idea of telling Salem to all the planet, see, that's the problem. See, he doesn't know she can't be killed, so that's why the plan isn't great.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Ozpin didn't tell anybody because he wasn't sending people to Salem. He wasn't,
He's trying to unite the world, not fight an enemy.
Yeah, he was trying to basically do the thing that the gods told him to do. Because in a way, the gods told what the God of Light told him to do didn't actually involve Salem. It didn't involve her at all. I don't know. In a way, I don't believe that means. I don't think the God of Light counts Salem as human anymore. Like, I don't think he counts her as part of humanity. So if humanity's united, and Salem's still evil, the God of Light will be like, sure, okay, everything's good, and we'll come back, and God of Darkness may take control back from the Grim, may take the Grim back from Salem and kick Salem somewhere or something, like, I don't know.
No, they just come back and like, all right, we take away your immortality, and now the darkness within you just destroys you.
See, that's probably that's Salem's plan could be to bring the relics together, to bring the gods back, because she knows, Austin told her, bring the gods back. With humanity not united, the gods are like, yeah, you guys suck, and just blows up the world. And if the theory is, as long as this world turns, Salem remains immortal. So if the world is destroyed, Salem loses that, and she can die finally. So that's the theory. She destroys the world, and it kills herself. That's the theory. Ozpin probably, is hoping that,
I was like, maybe we don't do that. Maybe we don't break the world.
Brings the gods back, humanity's whole, and hopefully he hopes that the gods can take care of Salem with that for him. So, that's the plans. Ironwood's plan, see, because that's the thing, the dust doesn't work in the atmosphere. So I wonder what they're going to do to get the...
They're just going to keep it in lower...
It's
like Atlas, but higher up.
Yeah, true. But I wonder how they're going to, what they're...
Salem gets a hold of it, puts it over Atlas, and does friggin' Age of Ultron.
Well, that's what I think's going to happen. Well, that's probably what's going to happen. Is it's going to come down, crash into Atlas. Atlas crashes down to Mantle. Just a trifecta of death and destruction and everything. It's going to be Age of Ultron. Age of Atlas. That's what that's what we think is going to happen. As soon as as soon as we saw that floating city, it's like, that's going to fall. But Atlas looks pretty good. Atlas, the city, I like the kind of, what do we call it? Not utopia, but kind of very New York, polished New York, kind of, polished cityscape, very, the towers.
It looks cold.
It does.
It looks like icicles turned upside down.
Mm-hmm. It looks, the ice jutting up. Looks very beautiful, but it's high class. It's we don't know what entirely.
You put your pinkies out when you pick up your drink.
So, Ironwood is not bad, is the thing. It's I'm not saying he's bad, but he has
a less informed
idea that is going to be executed and poorly help the world. I don't know what Ozpin, I don't know if Ozpin would oppose this. Because I feel like Ozpin would be like, yeah, sure, let's get the towers into space. That might actually be a better...
That would be great. The other part, not so much.
Yeah, but the part about telling everybody about Salem, because that's the thing, it's if everyone knows about Salem, see, there's a lot of reasons why this wouldn't, if the world knew about Salem, there's a lot of reasons why this wouldn't be a good idea.
One, most common is panic.
Most common is panic.
The other one, though, could be anger.
anger, but
because if Salem is behind the Grim, in a way.
But here's the other worst case scenario. That just tells people there's somebody they can join.
That's what I was referring to. Like all the bad people out there.
Like the bad people will be like, hey, Salem finally has her own human army that knows about her.
Ah, the League of Villains.
No, an army of just evil. So yeah, telling people about Salem is going to kind of backfire way more than just, panic.
This is a question though. Why has Salem not told everyone about her?
Because she doesn't need to.
What would her objectives be to where she's like?
Well, it's kind of like, why wouldn't she just go and?
I guess if she tells everyone about her and they start learning about the maidens and the relics, she has a lot of competition.
Yeah, because in a way, it's like
as long as they remain secret, it's easier to.
Because
target.
it's like I said. Because it's kind of the opposite effect. If Salem goes out and tells everyone about her, then she will have opposers as well. Like she could probably create more unity against her than Ozpin is trying to do secretly, building unity without her knowledge. So it's kind of like there's this double-edged sword from both sides that they can't just, tell the people.
Mm-hmm.
So Ironwood, again, that's the part of the plan I'm not 100% on.
CTT, good.
CTT is a good idea.
Tell everyone about Salem, bad.
Nope. So, and I get his idea, I get his intentions, and who knows what could happen if he does that. But it's the results of where it could lead is the bad thing. It's thinking one step ahead, it's not thinking 10 steps ahead.
So do you think our main enemy is going to be like the villains? Or do you think it's going to end up being like Ironwood for this part of the thing?
I don't think Ironwood's going to be a villain. Like after this, I don't think he's going to be. I don't think
enemy.
I don't think he's going to be an obstacle.
And what do you think about his team and
Well, I don't know about his team because it looks like they seem like they're more. They seem excited, sort of thing. Like I don't know. They will follow Ironwood to the letter. Whatever he orders, they will follow.
Unless they work for Watts.
Well, depends. Yeah, they could work for Watts. For all we know, Watts maybe paid him off or, has blackmail on them or something. Like, Watts could be, could get them on his side. And speaking of Watts, him and Tyrion are already in Mantle.
Mm-hmm.
Which, is fair. They don't live that far from the kingdom if Evernight, the dragon continent, is right next to Solitas.
So Tyrion is around just killing people. I kind of actually wonder, like, are we going to get, like, a Jack the Ripper type, someone's going around killing people, and that's what starts our investigation? And
in
maybe that's
the news,
Robin Hill?
I don't know. It depends on how soon Tyrion got here. But there was in the news reported that a reporter was dead. So a lot of people actually thought that was, like, silencing the media from like Atlas or
maybe Tyrion is trying to put opposition against Atlas and Watts is having him target specific people.
Tyrion could be actually
especially
it's not silencing the media, but it's creating the idea that the media is being silenced.
Like Watts since he creates Atlas tech for Tyrion, any attacks could still look like they're from Atlas personnel.
And Watts is easily hacking into. He's watchdog hacking into.
And no one is noticing this guy walking down the street, just destroying vehicles and stopping stuff.
Yeah, I know. It's just like the people in the cars are just like, wait a minute, I know that guy.
I know that mustache.
But I kind of actually wonder. Like that's the thing. I wonder if the person Tyrion killed was a target. Or just somebody in the place he was staying and was just like, hey, I need to stay here. Die.
If he did that, though, why? It's like he does that, kills a person, blood starts
the blood was
he
fresh.
Immediately leaves.
Maybe it was too small. Maybe it was a closet.
This is not fit enough for me to stay.
But yeah,
you will pay for that.
That was pretty good, the way that whole Watts and Tyrion scene.
And it did happen in this episode, at the end.
Yeah, so we do know that where they are, they're in, yep. And now we are moving on to the next phase, which
Academy.
getting the kids all settled, getting everybody into rooms, getting everybody upgraded with new weapons, new outfits, new tech.
I mean, at this point, they should just hand them their like license for huntsman and huntress.
Well,
because of everything they've been through, they should like they saved kingdoms. They've done all sorts of things.
They've saved one kingdom.
Yeah,
they've helped with other kingdoms. But onto the Aesops, those characters. So we have Clover, which is the main guy. We have Hare, which is the rabbit girl. A wolf guy, and buff hammer lady, and tattooed bald guy. They all spoke, right? So
yeah.
So they all should have names in the credits. I'll check that later. So those characters.
Oh, we also have the best character to enter thus far. The guy for Robin Hill and all that. The guy that was in prison with them.
Oh yeah, prisoner boy. Him. He was interesting. Do you think we'll ever see him again?
Probably.
I kind of hope we see him again.
But I would really want it to be where he's that character that you just always run across in a jail cell or something like that, or always like
he's always in prison.
Like you never meet him anywhere else. It's only there. And then it turns out that was Neo.
Nah. Neo can't talk.
It was Neo and Cinder.
That guy was shouting.
Neo on Cinder's like on her shoulders, transforming them both into one person.
Okay. So, yeah. Is that it? Is that everything in this episode? Like, Ironwood wants... Academies,
new team,
prisons,
Ironwood plan,
schools, the Aesops. Yeah, the Aesops look. Well, they have a nice upfront. So I'm curious to see how long they're going to be able to keep that front up.
Do you think any of them might know Robin? Because they said that the Aesops are the top of basically the top fighters, and Robin was said to be the top of her class and whatnot.
Of her class
like academy at
so
Atlas.
Robin went to the Huntsman Academy, right? Is that what it means? So she went to the Huntsman Academy, but didn't become a huntsman.
Mm-hmm.
Decided to help Mantle, it seems. And it looks like Robin is actually running for an election. Like there's a council.
Yeah, the
council elections, and Jacques looks like he's running for the election too. So he can fight Ironwood, sort of sense. So he can have oppose Ironwood on whatever Ironwood.
Anything that disrupts the Schneer family.
Yeah. But Robin, wants to join, mostly probably to deal with Mantle, help Mantle's problems, get Mantle, fixed. So right now we have an election situation going on, and it looks like we're going to have some interference, either through assassination from Tyrion, or hacking the election from Watts. Hacking the results. So, yeah, there's a lot going on, and I'm actually, every episode is making me more excited for the next. Most likely the next is going to be getting prepped, getting outfits, getting, everybody dressed. There's just so much. And I'm super excited.
It's got a lot of ways it could go, and we haven't fully narrowed down the ways it's going to go.
Yeah, we've got a lot of paths.
We've got elections,
but we don't
the
know
tower, we've got
where it's going
Tyrion
to end
and
up.
Watts interactions. And then we also still have the unknown of when Cinder and them will arrive and start to throw something into the loop there.
I think, like I said, I think Cinder and Neo are going to arrive at the very end because they are a month behind, and Cinder and Neo haven't even met yet, probably. Cinder hasn't even gotten to found the Spider Lady. Since she's a month behind, and RWBY, and since she was a month behind by at that point, and they already knew that the kids had left school, so they were, Cinder was a week behind the train accident, and then she was 2 weeks behind that because she waited a week for that information, and then it probably took them another 2 weeks to get their outfits and get an airship. And it's probably if it's a week to get their outfits and airship, it's probably a week to travel to Atlas via airship. So it's most certainly Cinder is a month behind, and like RWBY is still like going to catch up by that point. So whatever point RWBY the Atlas arc this.
But I mean, like
this
once
volume
Cinder gets here, our predictions and whatnot will have a wrench thrown into them because she's going to start affecting.
I think Cinder's going to be the biggest wrench because she's a tool. Okay. She is going to show up.
In my head, I had an image of a ridge with like Cinder's hair on it and whatnot.
Yeah, Cinder, because she's not
shouting at Neo.
She's the element that even Watts and Tyrion aren't ready for. So if Watts and Tyrion aren't taken out by the end of this volume, which I'm actually curious, Tyrion most likely could die this volume. He could die in a fight. Watts I don't think is going to get captured or caught until like next volume. At the very least. Because I think he's going to actually succeed in his, whatever he's doing, his plans. But Tyrion being the actual combat fighter, I think he's going to actually be dealt with. Maybe not permanently, it depends. But it does feel like he could be dealt with this volume.
I think he's going to be our character that slowly gets dismembered until he's entirely like a mecha man.
And that's the Frankenstein's monster that Watts makes. Because that's my theory that Watts is part Frankenstein inspiration.
I actually would be kind of interested to see.
This was good. This was a really good episode. Really good exposition. Really great. The animation alone, like the shots, the painting,
lovely.
Yeah, like it was gorgeous.
Traveling through the school with Penny popping in there.
Yeah. Oh man. I really hope we get to actually talk to Penny, like because Penny's right now has just been exposition and.
Hi, I'm here.
Yeah, she's here. We need to talk to Penny.
We need to have a nice conversation over, I guess, some motor oil.
We need to talk to Winter too. We need to like have Weiss and Winter actually have because I don't think Winter knows about Weiss's improvements since her semblance training they had back in Volume 3.
I can summon
a lot, big things. You've summoned tiny birds and werewolves. I summoned a knight and a queen lancer. And then Winter just brings out a giant dragon. Yeah, Crow and Winter had a quick talk, but that's about it. Ironwood and Crow actually had a nice hug, which was kind of cute.
And Crow feels awkward.
And Crow's like, oh, I'm not used to this, James. James, okay. And yeah, James knows about Oscar. Ironwood knows that Oscar is.
I was surprised about that.
Yeah, I actually didn't think they were going to just straight up tell him
that quickly.
But I guess it's because Ironwood was presenting so many things that we would like an Ozpin opinion on, that it was like, hey, kid, can you tell us how you feel about this? And it does look like in the opening. So apparently some people have like screenshotted the opening, sort of thing. They aren't
frame by frame.
Yeah, by frame by frame. It doesn't look like Ironwood is like Ironwood and Oscar when they're fighting. It looks like they're smiling. So it looks like there's possibly training. Like Ironwood is training Oscar how to fight and such. So
that'd be interesting.
That would be kind of cool.
They are at the academy now, so
yeah.
It could be training time.
Yeah.
Hang on. What's Ironwood's position again?
General.
I'm trying to remember if he's part of Atlas Academy.
Yeah, he's the headmaster.
Yeah.
He's the headmaster and he's the general of the army. That's why he has 2 seats on the council.
Right. So he could train him. He could literally be their class teacher.
How can he not train him? He's a general in an army.
Sweet. You used to be the headmaster, but now it's me.
So that's everything. That is literally everything that I can think of that we talked about.
That was a long talk.
Yeah, that's the longest talk I've ever had. I think that's one of the longest talks. So, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. Take care and see you there in the next episode. Bye. Bye.